damn phones. Babylons can't crack the code. Used to sip out styrofoam, but figured I should stick to drum.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Primo's Hot Takes. I'm your co-host today, joined by my brother Jose and my cousin Xavier. We'll be talking about the sneak trade. We'll be talking about the gambling and sports in general. We'll be talking about the Vikings maybe trading up to get JJ McCarthy, and we'll be talking about what are we also be talking about, guys? The Vikings trade.
Heat up.
Well,
It's heating up.
not well, nothing has been set in stone yet. Like no one has actually made the trade, but everyone's just waiting for the Vikings to make that trade. And it may not happen till draft day because they don't Vikings don't want another team to try to jump them in the draft. But I think if they take the three spot from the Patriots, they won't have to worry about that because I don't think the Bears are looking to trade back, and I don't think the Commanders are looking to trade back either. The only way I can see it happen is that maybe if Commanders and Bears flip on 1 and 2. But even then, if that happens, it's still very rare. Like, I don't think the Bears are going to be willing to give up Caleb, and I don't think the Commanders are willing to give up Drake. So yeah, because there's rumors going around saying that the Patriots are looking to trade their number 3 spot. Um, if the right offer comes around, because they know how important the quarterback position is. Uh, but if they don't get the 3 spot, then more than likely that the Vikings are going to trade up to the 4 spot to the Cardinals.
Yeah, so that JJ McCartney is real. Everybody does, by the looks of it, he's really because even his pro day, he was lighting it up. I mean, yes, I don't know if y'all saw that one throw, but it would look a little similar to a Zach Wilson throw a couple years ago. So just I mean, off that just that one throw, you could get drafted. But that Vikings trading up is heating up. I know the fourth Cardinals and the Chargers. Fifth is a more situation where they could trade up because the Cardinals and the Chargers, they have a lot of holes in their roster, and so like those extra picks will be very helpful for them in the draft. So so like yeah, but I
So
think
you'll be okay if the Chargers trade up. I mean, if the Vikings trade up to for the Chargers pick, so that you can get 12 and 23.
yeah, 11 and 23. Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
thinking about it, and I'm like, it won't be that bad because even if we go back to 11 pick, we could draft the round one corner, and then with that 23rd pick, I was thinking of getting our center, Jackson Power Johnson. He's like one of the generation. They say he's like one of the generational centers, and I'll be glad to have him on our team because we literally have nobody snapping the ball to Justin Herbert. So I think that'll be a good. We just signed a veteran free agent, but like the GM already said that they're not done looking through that position and other positions in the roster. So yeah, I mean I'll be glad Vikings trading up to the fifth pick and we get those 2 picks, and because this draft's pretty deep and we have a lot of holes in our roster. So yeah, I wouldn't mind. But JJ McCarthy stock, yeah, it's really heating up, and um I know he has a private visit with the Giants, and the Giants camp was kind of really messed up that it went out of their camp. And so, because I don't know what's our situation with Daniel Jones, it's really weird, and they're kind of worried about his injuries and how he's gonna hold up in the future. But yeah, that Vikings trade is like that's literally what everybody's talking about, and I do see
yeah.
them trading up to fourth or fifth pick.
Yeah, I am seeing this. They are in the talks, and to me, I think it makes sense for the Cardinals because they don't want the quarterback; they want a receiver. And even if they trade down to the Cardinals, they could still get Rome Donze, which I think he is the receiver, the second best receiver. I mean, it's a pretty tied between Neighbors, Alonso and Harrison. It's pretty close. I mean, you can't go wrong with neither one of those guys, and they're gonna get one of them with trade capital. But to me, I just feel like I don't understand why teams trade up for like to take the fourth quarterback on the board. And they could just stay back and they could add more pieces and they could still get the other quarterback that's out there, the mid draft player, what was the name? Phoenix?
Michael
Michael
Penix.
Penix Jr.
Michael Penix, yeah. I mean, why not take a chance on him? Like, why are you gonna give up 2 firsts to move up for a guy that you might replace in 2 years, 3 years, if he doesn't work
I,
out?
I think it's mostly because of the age factor. I think that's the reason why Bo Nix isn't that high on people's draft boards because he's gonna be 25 by the time he enters the league. And Michael Penix, I think he's gonna be 24. So they see it as a like shorter lifespan, I guess. But I don't really see it like that because with quarterbacks, they could play until their 40s. I mean, you saw Brady and Rogers might do that too. But yeah, like I think it's age. I think that's the reason why a lot of teams are kind of like iffy on getting older quarterbacks because usually they can't develop as much. But you never know. They probably
Look
can.
look at some examples like San Francisco. They build a team. They build a team, and then they got a vet and a quarterback, pretty good deal, Jimmy Garoppolo, and they built that roster up. And then now they have Brock Purdy on a rookie deal, and they're flexible to do a bunch. Like I just don't get why teams, go trade up for give up assets that they could build a team for. They trade up, get a quarterback that they're gonna replace in like 2 years, and it's gonna put them back even more. Unless it's just the GM trying to save his job. I mean, it's just to me it doesn't make
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So
Usually something like that.
you did mention about the Niners building from scratch, right? With Purdy and all that. And also they were in the that's the good part of that of them doing that. And then remember the bad part where they traded for Trey Lance? They give the ball out,
Mhm.
no?
Yeah, they
yeah,
did.
and
So
it
They give
they
up a
didn't hurt
lot.
them. It didn't
yeah,
hurt
so
them.
yeah, so they were in the good and then the bad, and then they end up with Brock Purdy and it's been working. I mean, a lot of people could call him game manager, but it's working. If you had Kyle Shanahan's head coach and calling all the plays, you're gonna be winning games. But yeah, with the Michael Penix and stuff, I know he had a lot of injury history in his college days, so I think that's why his stock was kind of like wasn't up there with the quarterback. But yeah, he's been in the league in the college football for like 4 or 5 plus years. But I know there's some rumors where I think Raiders were willing to
No,
get
I,
him.
I heard the Raiders are interested in Bo Nix
I
or
think
JJ McCarthy, and I think they're another team that could potentially trade up to get their quarterback because everyone is just trying to get that third quarterback, which is basically JJ McCarthy. Like the Vikings, Giants, and Raiders are all targeting him.
yeah, it's a deep quarterback class. So I mean, yeah, there's some teams in the first round that could really use a quarterback, like the first three, maybe
Mm.
Giants, but I don't know what they want to do. Raiders, of course, Broncos,
Honestly,
Vikings
if I was the Giants, I'll wait till next year. I mean, you can still got Daniel Jones in that $40 million contract, so he ain't going anywhere.
for 2 years, right?
Well, one more year, and then after that, they can get out of it. But if I was them, I'll wait till next year. You got Quinn Ewers next year. You got Shaden Short. Is it Shaden Sanders next year?
Yeah, Colorado, yeah.
Yeah. If I was them, I'll wait till next year. Fuck, like this quarterback class is pretty good, but like you're not gonna get any of the top guys. Don't give up any massive trade assets just to go get a quarterback and then be already in a smaller rookie contract. Because if you wait until after trading Daniel Jones, that means that the quarterback is only going to be there for 3 years plus the player option. So if I was them, I'll just get best player available at 6, right? They're at 6 pick, or is it the 5th pick?
For who?
The Giants
6 pick?
6. I know the Titans are 7th.
Okay,
Yeah.
six pick, six pick.
So if I was them, if I was the Giants, I would just get best player available, and then just try to build the team around. And if Daniel Jones turns out to be as good as he's supposed to be, then you got your quarterback. He's there already. If not, well then just cut him, trade him.
Yeah, trade
Uh,
trade Daniel Jones for Dak Prescott straight up. Who says no?
I think all the Cowboy fans will say no.
And Jerry Jones.
All right, I guess let's get into our takes, and then we could talk about more of the draft. I'm seeing here right now. Oh, we'll talk about it later. But okay, I guess I'll get into my take.
Oh, we're already jumping to hot takes.
Huh?
We're gonna jump to our hot takes now.
Yeah.
Didn't we had another topic?
I thought we had one more topic.
Which one?
Um, I don't
I
know.
just have Vikings trading for McCarthy, Snead, gambling, baseball player.
Yeah, but
I
back
mean,
to
we
the
could talk
draft.
about the draft. So after the takes,
Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay.
well, what the draft? I know.
or we could keep talking about the draft. I don't know. It's whatever.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
want to say at the draft. What do y'all think? Because I remember back then. Remember Eli Manning was saying publicly that he didn't want to go to the Chargers.
Yeah.
And then there was reports last year where this year where Caleb Williams wants a certain number one. He wants to go a certain team to play with. Well, I don't know if y'all saw the Deion Sanders interview. I don't know. I think it was through another podcast or through just ESPN, but he was talking about how Travis Hunter and Sanders, his son,
Yeah. I saw that
they're
too.
gonna want to choose where to play, so they're gonna keep an eye on if they want to declare or not. Or I think they have to declare no matter what, but they're gonna have a say where they want to go. So like if they see a team that a team that wants to get them, they can either have their input saying like put Eli Manning and say like nah, I don't want to go there, or like get me and trade me somewhere. But yeah, what do y'all think about players or prospects, future prospects thinking I guess choosing their own destination
I
instead of
don't like
like
it. I don't like it at all because then that would just mean that they would just want to go to the franchise or the city that's more popular and will make them more money, which means that it'll screw over a lot of the small towns, the city. Luckily for Kansas City, they have Patrick Mahomes, so a bunch of players are gonna want to go over there. But like but if you look at at a team like I don't know, the I guess the Titans. It is Tennessee, but still, it's still like a city that no one really wants to go to. It's gonna be hard for them to get any free agents, and then it's gonna be even harder for them to draft anyone if no one wants to go there. I'm sure Green Bay will struggle too about the same thing too. So
what do you
I don't really like it. Like if you get drafted to the NFL, then just go to the team. And if you don't want to be there, then you could always just leave and go to another team and just take contract.
what are your thoughts, Joe, on that?
Well, I haven't seen anything about the kids. The guys talking about it. It's just been the dad. So I
Mhm.
just feel like it's something like, he has a mic, like how like LeVar Ball has his take to say, but I mean his kids ain't saying nothing, so I don't really think it's too much, too big, or I just feel like it is gonna be bad for the NFL,
Mhm.
moving forward because there could be more players to do this too. But I mean, to be fair, the only person I remember doing something like this was Eli Manning forcing a trade out to the Giants. And then I remember John Elway back in the 80s, he did the same thing too. He didn't want to go play with the Colts.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
It's hardly, you see it once in a while. It's just more on quarterbacks and stuff. But we'll see what happens. And I guess that's something that we're going to talk about next year, if it does happen. But
I mean, like I really don't understand why players do that shit. Because if you're as good as you're supposed to be, you should be able to succeed in any offense. And well, not any offense, but like more like you should be able to succeed in the team that drafts you because they're not just gonna be they're it'll be kind of stupid of them to put you in a situation where you won't succeed. And look what happened to the Bengals when they drafted Joe Burrow. Everyone thought that Joe Burrow was gonna pull the same thing too, but no, he embraced the fact that he went to the Bengals, and then the Bengals gave him everything he wanted. They gave him his star receiver. They put a defense around him, and they're starting to get an offensive line around him. I mean, they almost beat the Chiefs. They almost won the Super Bowl that year when they drafted Jamar Chase, but like it just wasn't their day. But like I don't understand why players do that. Like, I get that you want to succeed in the league, but sometimes you just gotta, I guess, deal with the hand that you're dealt. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I do agree because it does kind of hurt the small market teams. I mean, we're from San Antonio, so like you know how in the NBA
Shit.
we're considered
Yeah,
a small market team, and like it's hard to get attract players over here. Because like I
but
mean, like because you know I mean most athletes you know they want to go to California, New York, Miami,
sometimes
yeah, all those places, man, because they're a big market and they know they're gonna get a popularity, the money, the attraction they want, and I mean I won't and I know they want to where they get drafted, they want to consider that long term, so they want to live in a city where they just feel comfortable and have a do their job and just like live a happy life.
yeah, and I mean, like, I get player empowerment is important too. Like I don't like the way how the running backs are going through with their contracts, but like you're still get to play in the league. Um, and most of the players that do that are quarterbacks, and they're the ones that get paid the most. So that's why I'm just like very confused as to why they don't want to declare as fast as possible because they're the ones who make the most money.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, shit, look at Daniel Jones. Everyone thought he was below average quarterback and he still got 40 mil a year.
And he won 8 and he wanted 48 and literally Giants literally had to fought last seconds to get it to 40 million. And like now, I mean, it says he got
Not,
injuries. And I mean, even before he got injured, he didn't look good. But it was only 2 games
dude,
out of the season. So I mean, you want to let them go through the whole season, see they can improve, or like because it's only 2 games. But I mean, yeah, he looked bad, and then he got hurt, and it just was really a bad season for Giants fans. And they lost Saquon Barkley this offseason.
yeah, they lost Saquon. And dude, they don't even have a receiver one. They're just nothing but the wide receiver two is playing wide receiver one. I think their
Just
best receiver is freaking Slayton, right?
Darius
Is
Slayton.
it
Yeah, I
that?
mean, they
Yeah,
could
I
just
think
get
he's the
a
best.
why don't they just get a veteran wide receiver in the fridge and Odell Beckham? Reunite?
Reunited. No,
Yeah.
I heard he's going to the no, not the Ravens. I heard he's um I can't remember what team, but I saw a team that was interested in Odell. No, the Jets. I heard the Jets are interested in Odell.
They
I
want
was
more
like, well,
receivers for
I
Rodgers
guess
or
so.
what?
They want some more receivers for Rodgers.